Thursday begins with breaking news. A 16-year-old boy is in the hospital after he was hit by a bullet while inside a home in the city.
Just after midnight, officers rushed out to Mohawk and Mitchell Streets, a little off Norton, for a call for a person shot, and that's where they found that injured teen. They then determined it was someone outside who shot up the home. There were several others inside the property at the time. None of them were hit. The boy is expected to live. Anyone with leads on this home that was shot up is asked to call 911.
We are working to learn more now about this woman who was killed after being hit by a car on North Winton Road. Rochester police responded right around 4 p.m. yesterday to North Winton near Hillside. They call this a tragic accident. Officers on the scene found the victim badly hurt and in critical condition. Despite those life-saving measures they performed at the scene, the woman died shortly afterwards at the hospital. The driver of the 2024 Chevy Suburban that hit this woman did stay on the scene, and the crash is still under investigation.
Hearing more from city leaders shining a light on a controversial issue they say violated Rochester's sanctuary city rules as well as police protocol earlier this week.
Mayor Malik Evans calls on RPD Chief David Smith to make sure every officer involved knows the city's policies inside and out when it comes to working with federal immigration agents.
What exactly happened here? Aran Spitzer's in studio with what we heard from the mayor as well as the police union. Aran.
Yeah, guys, Mayor Evans says he first heard about the situation from a community member and wanted to be transparent about identifying areas where city employees need to improve. On Monday, police received a call for emergency backup at the scene of a traffic stop on Lyle Avenue made by Border Patrol agents. We're told requests like this happen only when other law enforcement agencies feel the scene is unsafe for themselves or others. However, Mayor Evans states the RPD supervisor responding to the scene got distracted, then other officers began taking matters into their own hands by asking occupants inside of the van to get out and then placing at least one person in handcuffs. Police Chief David Smith has initiated an internal investigation, while City Council President Miguel Melendez echoes the mayor's urgency addressing the increased profiling of Latinos in our community.
There is an uptick in what I'll call driving while Latino. And regardless of local policy, we know that there's federal actions that are being taken that are creating this discourse nationally.
In the meantime, the Rochester Police Locust Club released a statement calling the mayor's actions an overreaction to Monday's incident, going on to say the city's decision makers would be better served to focus on stemming the violence that plagues Rochester rather than projecting their anger onto national policies onto Locust Club members. City Council member and candidate for Mayor Mary Lupien shares with News 8 she alerted President Melendez of this incident earlier this week and is also now calling for an investigation. Guys.
All right, thank you, Aram. New York leaders say they're concerned over President Trump's newest executive order, which would overhaul the U.S. election system. It requires documented proof of citizenship to register to vote and mandates all ballots be received by Election Day all over the country. Well, calling this the beginning of the end for American democracy, Democratic Congressman Joe Morelle says he believes this order would make it harder for married women, students, and members of the armed forces to vote. Legal analysts share the measure will face roadblocks in court and could cost taxpayers tens of billions of dollars.
The thing that's so troubling about this is in the last couple of weeks, you've seen, one, an attack on an independent judiciary. Second, you've seen attacks on the press by limiting who gets access to the White House pool and going after members of the press. The third part of any playbook involving dictators is then to make it hard for people to vote.
Well, while Congress has the power to regulate voting and has done so by passing the Voting Rights Act, the U.S. Constitution says states have primary authority to set the times, places, and manner for elections.
Sunrise traffic updates here at 6:52. The one issue we have on the East End Monroe Avenue at the intersection with South Union. Our Greater Rock Sky Eye camera there showing decent traffic volume picking up coming in from the Gates Chi-Li area. 590 north and southbound moving along at speed. 104 through Webster headed out to Ontario and Williamson. Nothing there slowing you down.
After 4 days of non-stop action in the first and second rounds of the NCAA tournament, only 16 teams remain in the race for the Final Four in San Antonio.
First up, we've got a doubleheader coming your way tonight on News 8 with the Sweet 16. At 7:09, the 2-seed Crimson Tide of Alabama taking on BYU, a 6 seed. And then after that, at 9:39, 1 seed Duke Blue Devils taking on Arizona. That's a 1-4 matchup. Another sign of spring with sports. Today is opening day for Major League Baseball. Nearly all 30 teams will be on the field to open the first of 162 games. Got the Yankees taking on Milwaukee in the Bronx. First pitch at 3:05. Then for the New York Mets, another favorite maybe to make it to the World Series. They're in Houston opening their season against the Astros. First pitch for them about an hour after the Yanks at 4:10.
Meanwhile, it was a little bit too cold and snowy for the Red Wings to have their first team practice of the season outside. Yeah, hard to bat through all of this.
This is not AI, it's real. But they were able to show off inside their brand new state-of-the-art training facilities that are now done. The team has 2 new batting cages, new weight room, video room to get ready for each game. It's the final step of a 3-year-long project where they had to improve the facilities for players and fans alike at the ballpark. Some of the state and county funding went to the new scoreboard that made a debut in 2023. And the players got to see the practice areas for the first time. And let's just say everyone is slightly thrilled about it.
This is by far the best in the league, and probably it's one of the best I've seen even in the big leagues. So Naomi and, you know, the town, they did a nice job of putting together an unbelievable facility for these guys to come and work every day. And like I said, when I looked at it, I said, we don't have any excuses now.
It's awesome. I mean, it is. I mean, so guys are going to be living in there. So, I mean, that's obviously going to be helpful. Staying in the gym and then staying in the cages too. But yeah, it's great. You guys are going to be one to stay up there probably all pregame, you know, instead of just chilling and doing nothing in the clubhouse.
Never leave. Wings' first game of the season. They'll open with a series on the road in Buffalo. They'll head back here for Tuesday's home opener. And remember, that 50-degree guarantee. I'm sure Dan Mason will love it. Be able to give out some more free tickets, everyone, back for another game later this spring. Man, be fun. Chilly there on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't really look like we'll get anywhere close to those 50s.
It's so tough because it's probably sandwiched between some warmer days.
Yeah.
It just happens to be that one.
Right in the sweet spot.
That one day for the first.
Yeah. It's a lot easier to predict 50 degrees rather than say on this day it will be 50 degrees, right? That far out. But today should be, I think we'll get there. I'll actually go 50 for a high today, although chilly. You see those clear skies and yes, 24. That's the current temperature. So let's say bundling up this morning. We do climb quickly by lunchtime, 40s near 50 this afternoon. And then here we go. The Friday to Monday stretch really is going to be busy. We've got showers coming in late Friday. Those last throughout the weekend. Those 50s as a warm front moves through. Sunday, just a soaker of a day before a mix on Monday.
That does it for us here at Sunrise. We'll check that forecast and news again during our cut-in at 7:25.
CBS Mornings is next. Have a great Thursday.
Follow News 8 wherever you are on RochesterFirst.com, Facebook, X, and on our app for news and weather.